So I do have some reminders for everybody. Just as a reminder, those of you that do want ELA credit for this, a survey will go out. It's a post-training survey. It's will go out after this training concludes this afternoon, probably about 4:30. So look for it in your inbox. If you're not seeing it and you know you registered, check your junk mail or your filter mail, your clutter area. And we will give people a chance. If you're on now and you did not register, still go ahead and register so that you will get that information. Registration and response to the survey are both required for that ELA credit. So please don't miss that step. We always get some folks that say, well, I need my ELA credit, but I didn't get something from you. Linda does a really good job of making sure that everything goes out, all the ELA certificates, as long as both of those pieces are taken care of. So I do also want to thank all today's presenters. We've had great presentations. I want to thank all those that have attended. Don't think this is the end of it. I'm just doing this part and trying to delay time. I've still got supplemental slides to go, but thanks to all the presenters. Thanks to all those that helped put today's training together. Linda Burton works behind the scenes. Ryan Adhoc, Megan, and Andy are both always there supporting us. So we appreciate all that, all the KSIS team, and again, everybody from the different offices that did help put together presentations. It's all much appreciated. But also thanks all the attendees, because without you all, there wouldn't be a need for this training, and appreciate whether you participated in one session or you've been with us all day. So much appreciated. Still got a little bit of time, but I'm thinking we go ahead and jump ahead, unless somebody wants, since we're within a few minutes. So Lisa Keeter again is here with me, so there might be some things that she can add to on some of these supplemental slides, but we're going to go ahead and just start going through these. We've already discussed today, Infinite Campus joined us and talked about the Campus 2104, which is the February 10th release and the impact to teachers. So please help spread that word within your schools. The teachers need to know this. The worst thing they could do is come in and at that very time find out something's different and try to figure out what's going on. This quick reference guide and the 20-minute detailed video can be shared, and that's an easy way of sharing information through email to all your teachers. These slides are available out on the agenda like the others are, so you can just cut and paste from that. All of this is also going to be on the media portal, all the recorded sessions. So if somebody wants to listen to a piece of this training from today, that will be available. We've got campus training coming up, the data days, that's hard to say, and master scheduling virtual training. That is March 2nd through the 4th. And I'm sure you've gotten information from campus directly on that. It looks like there's going to be about 174 sessions over 3 days. And the pricing is really dependent on your district. But once you're paying one fee, it's for as many people as you want to from the district to participate. We're not sure about the spring user group training. That is part of the KDE, the Kentucky contract with Infinite Campus. So I'm sure there'll be something, but Lisa doesn't have all the particulars worked out yet. More than likely, we won't see each other face to face, but it'll be good to see, to have that training opportunity again. Data requirements for certified staff. This is just a reminder. One we've told you about before is just make sure this EPSB numbers are in Infinite Campus. This information is used for a number of different reportings. So you can run the Munis EPSB upload report to determine if all of them are in or if you've got any missing that need to be updated. This is not something that is 911 to get done today, but it is something that by the end of the year, you want to make sure that all your teachers do have EPSB ID numbers in there so that when we do that reporting, it includes all your teachers. The electronic household income forms. This is something that we've heard from districts for a long time, that we want us to see if we can't do something to improve the process. And we've got to be consistent with all the federal requirements on CEP versus non-CEP schools. So we are working on creating possibly a custom form that might be able to be helpful in this. If you're a 100% CEP district and you've already got this worked out, or you're 100% free and reduced lunch district, the system accommodates you. But it's those mixed districts that make it very difficult as far as going through the being able to do the electronic signature and have one form that would meet all needs. High school graduation requirements tracking. There is a new report. We recommend that high school counselors are given tool rights to this report so that they can release this information. I said it's a new report. It's been around for a while, but it is the way of monitoring the activity of students and how they progress towards the state minimum high school graduation requirements. We don't track everything in Infinite Campus, so if we don't track it, it just provides a blank column for you to be able to track it internally on your own. There is a quick reference card for additional information that gives you more specifics on how to use the report, where to find the report, and again, recommended uses for that report. We've had a lot of conversations recently with KIA regarding grade 14. We've recently found out that the grade 14s were not showing up in the KSIS spring report, so that is in the process of being resolved. But for just so you know, and some of the information that was a little new to me, even, that the grade 14 students are included in the KEYS award, although it's not an automated process. So if you've got grade 14 student that maybe has finished up some additional curriculum, those grades have to actually manually be modified, not modified, but annually added into their grade 12 GPA, so that they have a new GPA for grade 12, including those grade 14. So that's a manual process, and you need to contact KIA. If you're one of the districts that's going to take advantage of the grade 12 students, I said 12, grade 20 students, that is going to be another thing that'll probably be a manual adjustment. A grade 20 student would be a student that maybe came back to school to finish up high school. Maybe they were just a few credits short. They might be 25 years old. They're not eligible for SEEK or any money like that, but the school may opt to serve them. If that's the case, then they're still eligible for KEYS because there's no expiration date. But how those are accommodated, we don't have we haven't figured all that out yet. It may be that no adjustments are made for those, but just be aware for grade 20 students, they still may be eligible for KEYS, even though it might have been a number of years since they've been out of school. Lisa, this is a good one for you to take. You've worked very hard on all that.
Okay. This is just kind of a reminder of what's happened. We have published all the Kentucky academic standards for 9 subject areas. So everything that's approved and not in current review, the technical standards are under review right now. So we didn't publish those because they're about to change, and we wanted to give you the updated ones. And world languages are under review right now. When those are finished, they will get loaded to the CASE network, and then we will work with campus to push them out to your districts. But you have all of those in your standards bank in Infinite Campus right now. Your teachers can't see them unless they've been aligned to a course. So the teachers can't see them and use them until they're aligned to a course, which is there's a tool in Campus, and we've got a document. Did I put it on here? I did not. Oh, but there's a course alignment tool in Infinite Campus that makes that process much easier than going into each individual course and picking the standards. So there's stuff to help you do that. If you need more information about it, check with Standards at Education or email standards@education.kentucky.gov with any questions. They are considered regarded as an interactive digital companion in addition to the full PDF documents that are available on KentuckyStandards.org, because they're organized differently. And things are a little different to read when you're looking at it in Campus than when you're looking at it in those PDF documents. So it's a companion, it's not a replacement.
Thank you. I want to take a quick question on the grade 14 while we're so close. We've got a question that said, I understand the grade 14 should be treated as grade 12. And if I've led you to believe that, that's not the way I meant. Grade 12 and grade 14 actually get combined. And if combining them helps the student's GPA go up, then by all means, help the student's GPA go up because they'll get more keys award. If it doesn't help, you may not even want to mention it. But it does, if it can help the student's GPA, then those, you can combine the 2 years, or maybe it's more than 2 years, the grade 12 year and grade 14 years into one GPA for their senior award. I hope that helps. So just always, we have to have a reminder about maximizing data quality. If you can, find the time now to review data or to spread out who's responsible for reviewing some of the data to make sure the report and data in the system is correct. We do have a lot of quality assurance reports, or we call them QA reports. They're listed down over here. If you've got specific people that are in, that are here now, it's sometimes much easier to do it during the spring semester than it is in the summer when there's fewer people around. But being able to get through those and make sure the data looks good before the close of the year is always something that we strive for and appreciate. We've got some new report card functionality. This is a compare functionality. You've probably already heard this. This is just a quick example of how the compare feature works. You're able to choose up to 4 different schools. It could be schools, districts, it could be a state level, a district level, and a school level. You can choose all 3, or you can choose 4 different high schools. You compare that, and then you can go down and actually see the breakdown, and you can determine here whether you want to see it for all students, or if you want to maybe break it down male, female, or if you want to see different race ethnicities, or if you want to see just homeless students or special education students. It gives you the option of being able to see that information. In addition, we have some new trend functionality, and really I mentioned this because if sometimes it's nice to be able to go someplace and just pull a quick report, whether you need to report to the board or anybody else, to just give you some information. And this is a source of a tool that's available to districts to use as well as the public. And with the trends, it's the same type of thing. You're able to determine in certain areas, you can look at the information basically, like this particular one compares all students to economically disadvantaged. It just shows the trends in, this is available in the overview section for student membership and the different student groups, not all the student groups, but some of them. The academic performance area for kindergarten screener, as we have more assessments being given, that will be expanded to the other assessments. We just didn't have much this year. And then the transition to adult life and the graduation rate. We also have the school report card financial transparency data. As you know, that always lags. That really falls back to the chief financial officers, and they are communicated with directly. That data doesn't go out until this late spring, so it's probably still a month or so away before they start getting information on that. But just know that that will be the last step of the 2019-20 school report card. And then we've got single sign-on. And I don't know how many of you have already converted your Infinite Campus to a single sign-on. There are advantages to doing that. We've been doing that at the state level for some time, and it is very nice. We're working directly with CIOs on that. Chuck Austin with Kentucky Department of Education Office of Education Technology is the primary point of contact on that work. If you're not sure, or if you're not typing your email address in to get to access Infinite Campus, you might want to check with your CIO or your district technology coordinator to be able to find out what your plans are for switching to single sign-on. And then student records transfer. We mentioned this earlier today. We talked about House Bill 312 and the requirement that districts immediately enroll and request records for students in foster care. And the fact that the previous school must release records the day the request is received. This is something that got a lot of attention, and we actually presented some information to the Legislative Research Commission earlier this year, or not this year, we're already in 2021. It was in December of 2020. We were presented some information to them. What we found is that we're not finding systematic issues. We're finding issues with the record's just not being released. And that's why we went over the new report that was available. It kind of helps, gives you another tool to track, to make sure that if you've got anything outstanding that needs to be done, that if you're the DPP and somebody else is doing it, you can kind of have a tool to be able to see if the work has been done and if we're doing it timely versus looking at it in retrospect. We're seeing the numbers, with this new requirement, the days it's taken to process is going down. So that's a good thing. So we were able to report that, but we feel like it's more of a training issue than a systematic issue that had to be corrected. And then they've already gone through the student records transfer report, but this is a link to the QRC on that and a webinar that does outline House Bill 312 requirements and an overview of the report. I mentioned during the presentation, Jennifer Weber's presentation earlier, there's a new functionality we're working on with Infinite Campus. This is just in the process inbox. You'll see some changes with some additional information. The group that we talked to felt like that would be very helpful when trying to know processing or to, view the information from the district level to see if you have any outstanding. Now I've got something spinning. I don't know about anybody else. Is anybody else seeing a spinning wheel, or is it just me?
I think it's just you. Looks okay here.
All right. Well, at least I waited till the very end of the day.
Unless you just tried to advance slide and it's spinning, because
it was spinning even before I tried to advance slide. So I will, we're pretty much close to the end. Let me just look at I think the last thing we always have a reminder is just, for user access, do verify the appropriate users access. If you've got folks that have started or left during the, for the spring semester, please make sure that all access has been canceled. And if they have not canceled access, make sure that does happen. If somebody has changed positions, please double check that they still need the same level of permissions that they needed before in the previous position. So do double check your access. It's really recommended that you have a good process for that, so that there are double checks. People aren't just coming to you and asking you for access and you're giving whatever they say. It's nice to have somebody approving that before the access is granted or terminated or changed. So I want to look and see if we have any additional questions, and it doesn't look like we do. I'm still seeing some spinning, but that was the last slide that I had. So Lisa, did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
No, and I was able to advance the slide. So they saw the slide you were talking about on user.
Okay. Good.
And the final slide is the closing and ELA next steps, which you've already gone over, but we'll leave it on the screen so they can read it if they have
yes,
questions.
Please respond to the survey. You will get that this afternoon as another reminder, and that will ensure you get the ELA credits that you need for this. And we do appreciate your participation and all those involved in making this happen. So I want to thank everybody. We're going to close a little bit early, but I don't think anybody's going to object to that. We'll still be watching questions. So if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to put it in there. We'll include them in the final Q&A that will be posted along with the video links. Anything else, Linda, before we close out?
No, I think you've said it all. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good evening. Thank you.